Hello Sagittarius, welcome to June. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This video is going to be a monthly Tarotscope for Sagittarius, and I'm going to shuffle the cards here a little bit while I talk about what's going on in the sky this month. We enter June right off the heels of a full moon at the end of May in your sign, Sagittarius, and that brought a lot of truth to the surface. And it may be truths that needed to be revealed or something that needed to be purged or released. So that was the energy of May, and I'm feeling like June is a lot more light. It's a lot more it's just a lot more sparkling and lighthearted. I did get Seven of Air jumping out, which is the card of futility. So if things felt futile, you know, in May or towards the end of May, know that June is going to be bringing an opportunity for a lot more lightheartedness. And June 13th, we have a new moon in Gemini. And Gemini for you, Sag, is your opposite sign. It's your 7th house, the house of partnerships. So new moon is an opportunity for new beginnings, perhaps a new relationship that's really featured for a new moon in your 7th house of partnership. And it's a really lucky and blessed new moon. It's aspected with a number of fixed stars, and it's just got a lot of good luck coming with it. So if you have something, if you want to enter into partnership, it's a wonderful time to begin that. Or if you want to enter into a new phase within your current partnership, it's just sowing the seeds of a lot of, I just keep getting like, you know, sparkly, new, fun Gemini energy. And that being your 7th house, it's what complements you, Sag. So that's the new moon on June 13th. And the Sabian symbol for that new moon in Gemini is 3 fledglings high up in a nest. And it really reminds me of that Bob Marley song, 3 Little Birds, where everything's going to be all right. So it's sort of like starting a new chapter, turning a new leaf, all those cliches about new beginnings, but there's some really fertile land there in terms of new beginnings and partnerships, Sag. And then at the end of the month, we have a full moon, June 28th. That one's in Capricorn, and that one's a little heavier. That's in your 2nd house of assets and possessions and money and the body. That one can feel a little heavy. So some of you may feel a little lethargic. It's conjunct Saturn, which is the serious planet. It's the teacher. So you may find yourself feeling a little lethargic, a little depressed, a little serious, a little heavy. And that's okay. But it may be also an opportunity to release some of that. It is an aspect to Uranus, which is the revolutionary. So it may also be an opportunity to break free of that. And the Sabian symbol for this full moon in Capricorn is the veiled prophet speaks. So there may be some sort of truth, just like the full moon we just had in your sign, Sag, that comes to the surface, but it can be liberating for us. It can break you out of whatever funk or heaviness. You know, maybe if you're worried about your finances or there's something going on with your body, you know, any 2nd house themes, your assets, you lost a major asset, something like that. Usually full moons are times to release things. And if you're feeling some heaviness around that, you know, the Uranus aspect is saying, liberate yourself, break free. So that is the feel of the moon coming up, both in its new moon phase and the full moon. Let's see what else is coming up for you, Sag. For June, we start off with the Ace of Earth. That's a gift. Aces are new beginnings, and the Ace of Earth means that the universe is trying to hand you something new, Sag. So I'm really seeing for June for you, even as June opens, you know, we have a grand water trine in, you know, the signs of Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, which, you know, it's really conducive to new love. So this could be happening for you, Sag. Also with that new moon in your 7th house of partnership, the universe is trying to give you something. It could be a new job, new money, new lifestyle. Usually this card depicts a garden with a gate, and the universe is handing you a coin, and it's like an invitation to a garden to walk through, Sag. So there's something new that the universe is trying to give to you. It's a gift, and it's just your job to put out your hand and receive it, to see it and receive it. So let's see what else is coming up for you, Sag. I think this could be quite a nice month for you. We also have the Daughter of Air, which is the Page of Air in reverse. And this means being careful with our words. The Page of Air is someone who's childlike and just speaks bluntly. And you Sages are known for not suffering fools and sometimes being very blunt. But with this in reverse, it can mean, you know, taking things into thinking before you speak, taking someone's feelings into consideration before you speak, to being careful with our words as opposed to being, you know, childlike, or you know how kids can just say things that cut to the core, even though they're very honest, which this card is. It can be a little bit more tactful in the reverse position, a little bit more mature, a little bit more considerate, instead of just speaking directly. And I think that that can also lead you to a breakthrough. Here we have 6 of Earth, which in many cards, in many decks, speaks of balance between giving and taking. In this deck, it's speaking to breakthrough, but I'm really seeing that as relevant for you, that as things are given to you and as you choose to be tactful, you end up with this breakthrough. Now it's in reverse, so there may be some fear, doubt, or resistance to achieving some sort of breakthrough at the beginning of the month, but I do see it coming for you anyway. And I see a lot of abundance along with this breakthrough. This is the Empress card. Here in this deck, it's called Grandmother. And this is a card of abundance, prosperity, growth. It means feeling satisfied. It means feeling supported. It's being happy with your surroundings and in your relationships, happy with yourself, feeling gratitude. Anything that Empress touches or Grandmother touches, she fills it with love and nurturance and growth. And that's what this card is all about. So I see really good things for you, Sag, at the beginning of June. It's really just your job to not block it for yourself through harsh words. You know, through being mature about your speech, you do invite in this breakthrough that brings you a lot of abundance, even fertility, growth, creativity. Those are all Empress words. So I see some riches coming to you. And it's just almost like fine-tuning maybe how you communicate in certain circumstances that brings that in. In the middle of the month, I see 2 of Earth here in reverse, right next to this full moon. It's actually depicted in this card. And 2 of Coins in reverse says that you may be ready to make a decision about something. 2 of Coins in the upright position means, you know, being indecisive, sometimes being flexible. It can be about being a little wishy-washy. You know, you go from one foot to the other foot. You're thinking, okay, do I want to go left? Do I want to go right? I'm flexible. I'm adaptable. I'm happy-go-lucky. That's just how you Sagittarius are, is that you're able to adapt to changing circumstances pretty easily. You're usually pretty flexible and happy-go-lucky. But with this in reverse, it's saying you might be ready to make a decision. Either that, or you might be being rigid in something, or have lost your sense of humor about something. But I'm reading it for you here as being ready to make a decision on something right around that new moon. And it might be a decision related to your relationships, making a decision about starting a new relationship with that new moon energy in your 7th house in Gemini. And I see the Father of Water here in the reverse. This is normally the King of Cups, or equivalent to the King of Cups. And it could be a water sign that you're making a decision about, potentially that you're not going to be with this water person. You know, for some of you, it may be that you are going to be with them. But the King of Cups is someone who's an ideal partner. And it could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But in the reverse, they are not showing themselves to be the ideal partner that they're capable of being. This can be someone who's emotionally unbalanced. So with the Two of Coins in reverse next to this King of Cups in reverse, it may be that you're choosing to not start a relationship with someone because you feel they're too emotionally unstable. Or that in some ways they're draining you emotionally. Because this is Four of Water, which is abundance. This is having your cups filled. And in the reverse position, it's your cups draining out, your emotional strength draining out. So I'm seeing the opportunity to make a decision, to plant something, to begin something, but it may not involve this person who looked maybe initially like an ideal partner, but you're seeing that emotionally they may just not be as stable as you might have. You're seeing that they drain you emotionally, and therefore you may be making a different choice, is what this is telling me. And instead of vacillating as you may have been about them, that you're choosing to say yes or no. And then I see here, also in the middle of the month, the moon. This means allowing your inner feelings to come up for evaluation. The moon usually depicts a dog and a wolf, which represents the left brain and right brain sides of us. You know, the dog represents the analytical, logical, practical, loyal side. And the wolf represents our wild side, our creative, passionate, irrational, you know, the side that is more instinctive, true to its original nature. So both of those things together represent the moon, allowing your feelings up for evaluation to see whether your left brain and your right brain are balanced, to see whether you're incorporating, you know, reasonable and rational and practical views on things, but also being true to your inner core nature, your passionate, wild self. And it may be that you're just getting in alignment with your own emotions, Sag, middle of the month. I see here too, towards the end of the month, we have Six of Water, which in this deck is representative of pleasure. In many decks, this is two children giving flowers to one another. And it means usually innocence, reunion, coming together with someone from your past, being sentimental, having the sort of love that children give to one another. It's really innocent, it's really fresh, it's full of kindness. And in the reverse position, it may say that you are not wanting a reunion with someone. There may be someone from your past that you're saying no to, or that you, again, this is echoing this. I'm seeing all these cups. I'm seeing that you may be acknowledging something that's just draining you emotionally. That could be what both of these in reverse are referring to. But I do see coming in, you have both the Son of Air and the Mother of Air. And this is the person who experiments with mental faculties. He's usually very fast with things, and he usually cuts things to the core with his intellect. He's usually like a quick decision maker, is very incisive, but sometimes he rushes. So Knights, or the Sun in this case, is someone who may go to extremes regarding their thought process, regarding their beliefs, regarding their words. Whereas the Mother of Air is a maturing of that. I'm seeing you actually going from the Page of Air, or the Daughter of Air, to the Son of Air, to the Queen of Air, which she's very clear and rational, and thinks things through, and is very definitive and direct, especially in defining her boundaries, in her speech, and being clear in her speech. She's not as reckless as this Knight of Air. Even though they're both clear thinkers, he'll say something before thinking, whereas she'll think before speaking. She's very clear, and she maintains her thought, and she maintains her position, and she's very clear about what she's cutting out and what she's keeping. And she does so in a very mature, kind, thoughtful way. She can be very direct. She doesn't mince words, but she isn't reckless like the Knight, like the Son of Air. So I really see a maturing for you during June in the way that you choose to use your words and express yourself, Sagittarius. And getting very clear about what you let in and what you keep out in your decision making, saying, this is me, this is who I am, this is what I think, and this is what I have to say, this is my truth. And then at the end of the month, we have 10 of Earth in reverse. This is a card of, it's called Wealth here, but this is a card, I call this the Return on Investment card. This is security and domesticity. This is return on investment in terms of an accumulation from good decisions having been made. Sometimes it's a windfall of money that comes your way, but in the reverse position it may mean that you're not feeling abundant, you're not feeling like you're getting all the returns on your labor. It may feel like your home life is topsy-turvy, that your security is being questioned. And it may mean that, you know, in terms of physical things, you're having to take a loss there somehow, but mentally you're very strong. So it may mean needing to let go of something that you held dear, something that you cherished, maybe not getting as much as you thought, cutting your losses, but she's okay with doing that. Queen of Swords says, you know, I'm willing to cut my losses. This is what I believe in. That can go. You know, I'm going to just have to write that off because this is what I believe and this is what I think and this is what I say and this is my truth. That's all Queen of Swords energy. So I see a really nice maturing of you here in June, or at least the way that you express yourselves, and being really clear on your delineations, on your boundaries, on, you know, if something is emotionally draining to you, you are willing to let it go, and you're really just connecting with your own emotions, your own dreams about what you would like to see happen, Sag. So I encourage you to receive this gift that's coming to you, to be decisive in your decision making. It looks like that's happening for you here in June, and enjoy this breakthrough and the abundance that comes with it. So that's my reading for you, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Sag who you think might like it. And also, for any of you who are interested in life coaching sessions, I have a friend who is a life coach, and she's wonderful. Her name is Jeannie Lawrence, and her website is jeannielawrence.com, so if you'd like to check out her website, I'll have a link below for that. And as always, I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can always do that at readingsbygwendolyn.com. And I just want to say thank you for joining me here. As always, yours in the stars.